Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. It's Arya here. So today I'm going to be talking about 5 things I wish somebody would have told me about taking Wellbutrin. Okay, so to begin, number 1, I wish somebody would have told me the side effects that you can get if you miss a couple of days from being off Wellbutrin. So I found that in my experience, if I miss, I take Wellbutrin every day, but if I miss a day, I'm okay. If I miss 2 days, I'm okay. This is when I start getting like a little bit of withdrawal from not being on the medication. It could be really mild, like a slight headache or slight nausea, but now on day 3 and day 4 is when bam, that's when I start feeling it. I start getting a really bad headache. I start getting really nauseous. I start getting very like just feeling physically sick. So that's number 1. Okay, always make sure you're taking your Wellbutrin as prescribed, which is usually every single day and usually in the mornings. So yeah, and if you start missing doses, unless you're going off of it, I definitely would not recommend that you miss doses, because for me, in my experience, you do start getting withdrawals after a couple of days. Okay, number 2, what I wish somebody would have told me about Wellbutrin, can keep you up at night, and it could be the reason for having insomnia. And now this might actually be something that your provider has told you once prescribing Wellbutrin, but like, it's a kicker. I'm taking Adderall and I take Wellbutrin. Usually sometimes I take them together at the same time. Sometimes I just space it apart like an hour or half an hour. But for me, I find that Wellbutrin will keep me up. Once it's in my system, it will keep me up until like 3 or 4 a.m. And it will just keep me up. And then if I wake up super early in the morning, let's say 6 a.m., I feel like I have energy and like I can wake up and I'll feel energetic and just alert. It's like Red Bull, it really is like Red Bull. Like Adderall, for me, the immediate release, it's short acting, that it won't keep me up at night. It'll wear off after a couple of hours. But Wellbutrin, that I take the extended release, and that will keep me up no matter what. So be ready to have a plan to deal with, insomnia and staying up late, because it does catch up to you eventually. Okay, number 3, and it might not actually work that well for ADHD. So in my personal experience, I'm on Adderall and I'm on Wellbutrin. There have been some days that I haven't taken Adderall and only taken Wellbutrin, because it does happen. Usually after my nerve blocks, it throws away my schedule. But if I'm just on Wellbutrin for a couple of days, it's not as effective for me as I would have thought. Wellbutrin really suppresses your appetite. And you kind of notice it more in the very beginning, like in the first few couple months that you're on it. You just, well, in my experience, I just didn't get hungry for very much. Like, I just didn't get hungry, and I didn't really have any cravings for snacks as much. Well, now that I've been on it for almost 2 years, now like I crave snacks, and like I crave things like snacks and food, and things are going back to normal again. But like in the first few months, like you don't really crave food, you don't really feel hungry. Number 5 of what I wish someone would tell me and would have told me is that when you take Wellbutrin and your provider wants to increase your dose or get you off of it, I think it's really important for them to increase it slowly, and it's not good to just increase it suddenly. And that's from my own experience, because my psychiatrist tried to increase it to 300 milligrams. So I went from like 150 one day, and then the next day I took like 300. You know, it was a new script, and like I had twitching here like all day, and then I had the worst gagging and retching going on, and the only thing I changed was increasing the Wellbutrin. And yeah, she didn't really titrate me up slowly, which I think is so important. And also with getting off of it, like the withdrawal, I know, like I felt what it feels like to miss a dose or two, and it's not good. So this is one of the medications that you really want to do it slowly if you're increasing or decreasing. Yeah, because it is a strong medication. And like if you're on it for like a long time, like I'd be surprised if you just were completely fine just stopping it. Yeah. Okay, anyways, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.